Hello, my darlings. Happy Thursday to you and welcome to another Design Me Devon. We are going to be renovating a lovely little British farmhouse today called the Green British Farmhouse. I've already renovated it, so I already know what I've been and gone and done with the actual exterior and the interior. But as always with this series, I want to go in and show you the build before the renovation process. So that's what we're going to do today. Nothing more to say. Let's flop on over and see what we're renovating. So here it is. This is the Green British Farmhouse, and this was done by Hicks Chick 17. Thank you so much for this lovely little build. I just fell in love with the thumbnail. I was like, oh, I could work with that. That looks gorgeous, and it's very empty. It's a shell as well, darling. So what I would say is go and grab this off the gallery. There's not really a story behind this. Hicks Chick just says, I hope you enjoy the shell. Feel free to leave comments and critiques. Well, I'm not going to critique your build, darling, because from what I can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's just perfect. And I had a lot of fun playing around with this and making it into a nice family home. So gorgeous. Anyway, let's flop on over and have a little look at the build before. And here she is. Look how cute that is. I've actually moved this over to Henford-on-Bagley instead of Windenburg. I just thought it fit into this landscape quite nicely. It is a 20 by 20 lot, but I have put it on a 30 by 20 lot, just so we can play around a little bit more with the actual, like, you know, landscaping and whatnot around the actual edge of the build. And I had so much fun. I love what you did with the windows. I think that's so great. I actually do this quite a lot as well, using these pieces here. We need more pieces like this to like fit around windows and stuff, just to give us a bit of architectural detail. Loving the fact that you use the big windows from Get Together as well. Really, really nice. What I did love was this chimney, but I actually got rid of it because, as you probably know, I threw out it was poking into the build like this. And that might be a good look normally, but the lighting always plays havoc when you put stuff inside and outside of builds. And I got rid of it, sadly. I would love to have like a chimney breast that actually comes through on the inside and looks great, rather than doing the wall building that we normally do and stuff. But this is gorgeous. Love the fact that you use like lots of debug items. This wall, I actually kept quite a majority of this wall. We got rid of the cabbages. What I did around here was have put a children's swing and stuff out here. I did an extension here as well. I did an extension, not a modern one, just a nice like conservatory, which housed in a nice little seating area and stuff just off of the dining room. Looked fabulous. You'll see it in a little bit when we go into the speed build. And then around on this side, I put a walled courtyard garden over onto this side here, just so we've got a little bit more of a branch of outside space for them, especially because this turned into a 3-bedroom family home by the time I was finished with it. So as Hicks said, the interior is a complete shell. Love what you did with this fire. I actually got rid of this though. It just wasn't working for me for this particular build. And I put a chimney breast on here because this was quite a narrow space to like utilize. But I made it work. I think it looked rather great. We did change around this shape around here a little bit. I ended up putting a toilet in here and a utility room. And here I kind of knock through all of this area here, have this as a nice kitchen. And then I do dining room here, and then we do like a little conservatory like seating area off the back here. Upstairs, I didn't really change the layout at all upstairs. I got rid of these like little pockets, the walk-in closet and stuff that you've done here. Got rid of them, but the layout upstairs, it stayed exactly the same because I just thought it was perfect. Nice 3 bedrooms, and I did a nice bathroom off to the edge there. But look how gorgeous that is. It just fits into this landscape lovely. And guys, look at the brick. Now, you know I hate that brick. I just think it looks absolutely amazing on this build for some reason, in that color way as well. So I do end up keeping that brick. It's probably my least favorite brick, but for some reason this color, that mossy green color in Henford-on-Bagley, it just really worked for me. So that's what we're going to do. There is nothing else to say apart from we're going to go right into the speed build format now and get renovating this beautiful little farmhouse. So here we go, my darlings. The cleanup process, as you know, takes quite a while. This was nice and tidy though. I didn't have to tidy or like demolish too much away from this build. I just got rid of the things that didn't make sense. Some of the stuff looked like it belonged in like a town area, because this build was obviously put in Windenburg beforehand, which makes sense there. I was like, oh, I didn't realize you put a small little fireplace under there. So that actually works in game as well, that fireplace. And I kept it for the meantime. I was like, oh, we can utilize that. But it just didn't go with the vibe that I was going for with the actual build itself. So quite sad about that. But we came through, loves. We came through. And this is me just literally not changing too much about the layout upstairs. Downstairs, we do a little bit of work with the actual layout, and this is where I decided on putting in a little conservatory moment, and I just think it looks fabulous. It really does. And I'm so glad that we ended up using that brick. I just ended up keeping that brick. I just think it matched in well with this house. I put it with the Henford on Bagley brick though. Same similar kind of like greeny sort of like grey tone to it. But I kind of wanted that to look like this has been a new kind of add-on to the actual house itself. And to be honest with you, loves, vibing. Absolutely vibing with it by the time I was finished. Really was. Nice little family home this is. Definitely going to be doing a nice generations home soon, so I am going to be building a family home in real time as well. We're going to do a nice little one video moment of a nice generations family home, done in kind of like an arts and crafts kind of English country home style. So be on the looks for that, out for that in the next couple of weeks. I might even start it on Monday, so it might even be out next week, darlings. And next week as well, I'm also going to be renovating that Windenburg starter that I said I was going to be. So that is coming up next week on the channel as well. So be, as I've just said, on the looks out for that, my loves, as well. Yes, indeed. So I put in some extra windows, got rid of this fence back here, and I ended up using the same debug fence from Cats and Dogs. I think this fence is from. I ended up, wall, sorry, it's not a fence. Ended up using that down here as well. That bit was glitching out slightly there. I do sort that out, don't you worry. But yeah, very nice. Got rid of quite a lot of the terrain paints as well, and I ended up putting in my own terrain paints just so it made sense for this area. And I loved the little use of the debug fence as well, like that little fence down there. Really liked that. I utilised that a little bit more and separate off the kind of like little kids playing area garden. We put a little swing set and stuff over there. So this house, as I said, 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. One of them, 2 bedrooms. I've got double beds in, one for a teen, one for some parents, and then I do a children's bedroom as well. So perfect family home, loves. Absolutely perfect. And obviously with this new update that we're getting with infants and stuff, and the rumoured generations pack that seems to be coming, that I think it'd be a nice little house for gameplay. It really will. But what I would say to you is go and download Hick's Chick Little Shell and give it your own go. Give it your own go. What would you do with this? I would be very, very interested to see. Yes, I would. And feel free to use the DevonBumpkin hashtag. As always with any of your builds, feel free to use my hashtag, because I like having a nose at what you guys are creating out there. I really do. Even if you want to renovate my builds, go ahead. Like, do what you want to do, my darlings. I do not mind at all. So this is that little courtyard garden that I was on about. Now, the wall was a little bit too short, so I ended up putting in a little bit more of a taller half wall. And I just think it works. I just really wanted a nice private courtyard garden. So a lot of English farmhouses and English like country houses themselves have these walled courtyards, and it acts as a bit of privacy, and you can put in whatever you want in there. What we ended up doing was some nice dining tables, a dining table, and I put a fountain in there as well, some growing spaces too. I just think it came together really nice, and I use a lot of the same, as always with all of my builds. I try to blend in, depending on where I put the build in the world, in with the landscape. So you can see I'm using a lot of the same trees, all from Live Edit, and the same grassy flowers and all of that good stuff as well. We put that around everywhere, darlings. Yes, we do. And I was very much for it. Cottage living comes with the best landscaping stuff, especially in the Live Edit and debug mode. Stunning stuff. Very, very gorgeous. Yes, it is. So I flopped that around everywhere too. I ended up keeping that ivy on the front of the build as well, that debug base game ivy. I just think it looked great. So this build came together quite nicely, hence why the speed build portion is quite short. I think it's about 14 minutes, me going to be yabbering on before the video tour, because it just came together. Ignore what I'm doing there with the tree. We get rid of that blossom tree and I end up putting the swing set in that area instead, but you'll see that in a little sec. Well, I'm just going around doing some finer details as always with my terrain painting, because I love to terrain paint. I just wish we had more. Still need to play around with some custom content terrain paints. I know that my lovely friend Charlie Pancakes has got some gorgeous ones that I need to utilize, and I need to play around with them a little bit more. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I will put this straight up on the gallery as well, so as soon as you're watching this, you can go download this, because it's got no custom content, and we're vibing. The end. So yeah, this is where I'm going to be putting that swing set. We end up using that swing set from the camper kit. I think that's from Little Campers or whatever it's called. I just thought it looked really nice in here. It's got little like lights and stuff from it. And oh yeah, I'm just vibing. Very much vibing with this build. And this little area here, I end up putting in some planters. We go for the little ones. But I do put some more planters, as I said, in the courtyard area as well. So there are spaces. Oh, and here as well. I forgot about that. So there are lots of spaces for you to have a little farmstead going on here, to be honest with you, loves. And that's what came forward in my head with like farmhouse thinking. And I kind of liked it. On the interiors, we go for a nice like lighter aesthetic, but also I do pop in some colours here and there, some softer colours and some different textile patterns and things as well. It came out rather nice. I think, ignore the planters that I put down there. I think I swapped them out for these here. Yeah, I do. I swapped them out for the vertical planters instead. I just think they looked nice, especially with how tall the wall and the courtyard wall was back here. Very nice indeed. Barbecue, you know, as always, we're British. We do love a barbecue. We very much do. We don't get to do them very often because, as you know, the British weather doesn't cater for barbecues very well. So, into the little kitchen. Now, I end up going for some flagstone in the kitchen and dining area, and also it goes into the conservatory area as well. The wood's great. That's that base game wood, which I love. Those like planks are just beautiful. I love them. It was just looking a little bit too wood on wood here, and I'm into a bit of wood on wood, darling, if you get what I mean. But always got to lower the tone. Always got to lower the tone, and yeah, it was just looking too much. So I used this flagstone flooring here, which came with the Star Wars pack. The flooring from the Star Wars pack, some of my favorites, and I'm very much for it. We do a little breakfast nook here as well, so a little breakfast bar area. Just a cute little look, I think. Very country house. And I was happy with it. You'll have to let me know, as always, down below in the comments what you thought of it too, my loves, because I'd be very, very keen to know. But yeah, very, very nice indeed. And I end up putting up those spandrels as well, just to make it look like they could have knocked down the interior walls inside to cater for a bit more of an open plan living dining area. No, kitchen dining area. I think it's time to leave, to be honest with you. But yeah, and a little dining room as well. We go for that little cheeky pink and red rug as well. So that's what I mean. We just throw in little hints of colour here and there, but we tend to keep a lot of the furniture a little bit lighter, on the lighter side of things. And I just like the vibe of it. I like how it comes across. So I was very pleased with it towards the end. It really was. It was nice to get my teeth into another renovation after being away for a couple of weeks. So I had a lot of fun personally. I don't know about you, but I had a lot of fun. Really did. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to be putting that plant. Because I do end up putting in another kind of like beam at the top so I can hang a light from it. You'll see that once we get to the conservatory. So yeah, lovely. Lovely. Just going around putting greenery in now, loves. Absolute little bits of greenery everywhere. Can't go wrong with it. This is me hunting for those plates that hang on the wall. I couldn't find them, but I did find them in the end, and they are up on the wall. I just didn't show them because I couldn't be asked. Won't lie. So, so this is where I go ahead and put in that little fence beam that I was talking about. Yeah, you have to do that underneath of glass roofs and stuff. It just makes sense to have that so you can hang lights and things from it. But you've always got to make sure you just got to hit the 9 key a couple of times so the ceiling, whatever you're hanging from the ceiling, goes up into the bar and it doesn't look like it's floating. Just a little bit of advice for you there, darlings. A little bit of advice for you. I think I struggled at putting a table here from my memory. I think I did. Yeah, I'm like, what can I put here? Maybe that, maybe that. Nope, not that. That doesn't look right. We'll just go for this one. Lovely. And then we move on. So this is into the living area now. So that's the front door there off to the right. So you come straight in to the living area itself. I put a little desk up against the window. I just thought that looked really nice. And this can be the little area where you take your shoes off and whatnot. Very gorgeous. Very nice indeed. Then we end up going for, is it the cats and dogs sofas? I think they are cats and dogs sofas. We go for these. So everything's a little bit traditional in here. There's no kind of like modern influence or anything in this house. I wanted this house to come across as a very traditional looking place. Just nice fun pops of colour in here. I think including that wallpaper that I always forget what that wallpaper's from. But I just thought that bright colour came across really nicely in the living room. Did. So this is kind of the boot room / utility room area that I was going on about. I just thought we needed something. I end up putting a clothesline outside as well, so you have got that option. You can see it there. And this just goes right around to the back. So there are 3 entrances to this house as well, which is quite nice. I like that vibe, very much like that vibe. And we put in a slidey glass door into this utility area with a bathroom off to the right of it as well. So there are 2 bathrooms in this house. You'll only see me furnish one, but you know that they bore me. So this is your bathroom right here. I don't know why, even with that new ghastly bathroom kit, I'm not vibing with that at all. I've been looking at it. Well, I'm very happy that a new toilet rolls came to the game after nearly 10 years. There we are. There it is. I used it. That's the only one I'm going to be using from now on, by the way. But that was probably the only thing through that whole kit that I was excited about. Everything else is just bleh. I end up putting in a few little bits here, some toilet roll. Nothing like that. They could have put some snap points or stuff to actually utilize that kit, but you know, Sims. That's all I can say. So we're going upstairs. This is the main bedroom. So this is where I can imagine the parents being. We went for a bit of a blue vibe using the wallpaper from Paranormal. And I was happy with this. I was happy with this room. I kind of liked the little layout of it. I thought it was a nice little layout with a wardrobe and a mixture of different wood tones as well. I end up changing the color of the wood tones for the side tables. They kept catching my eye. And I just wasn't vibing with them, so we end up changing them, loves. Yes, we do. Very simple rooms as well. I don't go overboard with clutter and stuff in these rooms, in the whole house, to be honest with you. I just wanted to keep it very simple, and then you guys can always add on to it. The more your family progresses, and the more your gameplay progresses as well. Yes, yes I did. And a cheeky little painting in there to finish it off. And some, I think I put up some little like decoration pieces, some perfumes and some makeup. Gorgeous. So, into the teen bedroom, I end up using these canopy things. I forget where they're from. I think they're from the high school pack. I end up using them of the bed just to give it a little bit of a magical feel in here for whatever teen. And there is a built walk-in wardrobe as well. You can see the wardrobe is built in off to the right. So this kind of saved us on space in this room. And I end up using that little egg chair over in the corner as well. A pop of yellow in here as well, my darlings. I just thought it came across rather gorgeously. And I'm very happy with how this room came out. Really am. Very much am indeed. The one thing I'm seeing a lot with now from the recent packs are lots of clutter objects, which I'm really loving. But I just end up forgetting about them because there's so much now. I end up forgetting about things. I need to go through and like refresh everything. I wish we could save like favorites and have folders of living room things, clutter objects. Like I wish we could do that. I wish that was a system in The Sims. But my God, if it comes now, it's 10 years too late as far as I'm concerned. And as I said, a children's bedroom as well. Very simple, very sweet. I think we're coming up to the end of the video. Yeah, we are, my loves. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with a speed build. You're going to go and watch a video tour now. Goodbye.